So yeah, my name's Joe. I'm a manager in the member of partner success team here at Merlin. I've been with Merlin for around 2.5 years now. As I'll talk about in more detail, we are a member-led organisation. And so in my role, I engage and onboard new members. I support those members with various day-to-day operations. And I help them understand and access opportunities within our deals, some of which I'll be talking about in this presentation. So I'm going to spend 15 minutes or so talking exactly about what it is that Merlin do, where we fit in the wider music ecosystem, and what exactly the value is that we provide to independents. I think as a good starting point, it'd be good for me to lay out some context and talk about how Merlin kind of came to fruition. So historically, there have always been independents who wanted to work directly with digital partners. And as the streaming music consumption model emerged and the underlying deal terms became more complex, independents that wanted to work directly with digital partners, they found that often they couldn't achieve commercial deal terms that are on par with what's being offered to the majors. And so Merlin was created in 2008 to solve that issue and establish a collective bargaining power in those conversations. And so Merlin came to fruition. We are a global licensing agency for right holders within the independent music sector. And our collective membership consists of record labels, distributors, aggregators, label service companies, all different label models and rights holders from around the world. We have some very notable members, including the likes of PR Speggers, Secretly, Consort Media, Altafonte, Domino, to name but a select few. And our membership collectively represents tens of thousands of labels and the repertoire from hundreds of thousands of artists. And in total, our membership accounts for around 15% the entire global music market in the present day. So by comparison, that's a market share that's pretty much equal to Warner's current market share, just for context. And it's more representation of our members and our members' basket of rights, as we call it, that we're able to negotiate the best available deal terms in licensing deals with DSPs and ensure that our members' music is properly valued in the marketplace. Through that collective bargaining power, we've achieved terms that an independent company on an individual basis would struggle to achieve. And these are deal terms also that are on par with what's being offered to the majors. So over time, we've addressed that value gap between what a track may be worth with a major versus what a track may be worth with an independent. Before I dive into some of the benefits of Merlin membership, I think it's clear to understand what the pathway to Merlin membership looks like and what the criteria is for anyone considering Merlin licensing membership. One of the things we spend a lot of our time helping people understand is what is the right time to join Merlin, and I'll try and shed some light on that now. So if perhaps you're a younger business, maybe you're a very kind of small DIY label, for example, you're growing your business, you're probably going to need that support and help with managing your catalog deliveries, with your DSP marketing, digesting your reporting and accounting to your artists and clients, keeping track of new opportunities that are arising with each DSP. If you're in that position, you're likely going to benefit from working with a Merlin member, such as a Merlin member distributor. In fact, most independently owned distributors are members of Merlin, and we're the first to say that they provide great service to their clients. Moreover, if you're opting for a Merlin member distributor or equivalent to get your content to DSPs and provide support in this area of your business, you'll already very likely be indirectly benefiting from the work we do and the advantageous terms of our deals, but without the additional commitments and expectations that come with being a direct member of Merlin. However, as your business starts to scale over time, you may find yourself in a position where you're not as dependent on an intermediary. And what Merlin does there, it enables you to stay independent as you scale and gives you more autonomy over your digital business when the time is right. So for rights holders who find themselves at that point, the criteria is as follows. From the catalog side, we ask that anyone considering Merlin membership controls a significant set of rights that are free from any exclusive longer-term commitment to any third-party deal with a distributor or aggregator, for example. Merlin members need to have their own supply chain in place as well. So again, Merlin is not a distributor. We're not a full solution for anyone's digital distribution needs. So this means Merlin don't deliver your music, metadata, and assets to digital partners. So members need to have their supply chain in place and the capacity to oversee delivery of their content and meet the delivery specifications of each digital music service. We typically signpost any prospective members to one of a short list of third-party delivery partners, including the likes of Audio Salad, Fuga, Label Camp, Revelator, New Meta. We do this on the basis that those partners are very well versed in delivering to DSPs under our deals and working with Merlin members, and they are already integrated for those deliveries under most, if not all, of the deals we have in place. We also ask that any prospective member have the internal resources and experience to not only manage those deliveries, as I've said, but be able to manage direct relationships with digital partners, take control of their DFP marketing without the support that a distributor may be able to help them with. They need to be able to understand how to ingest and process raw reporting and translate deeper sets of data into accessible analytics. So as you can tell, there's a lot to comprehend there. Which means the right time is very different for every music company who may want to be a direct Merlin member. And the last thing we want to do is, of course, talk smaller independents out of the incredible support that they receive from a Merlin member distributor, for example. So we think we ask every prospective member to think about carefully what their business may look like without that support. Because as I've said, a younger or smaller company may not have the time or experience or resource to manage deliveries on top of marketing, accounting, looking into all the data that's available, keeping up with the constant change in formatting, new opportunities that arise with DSPs, the responsibilities that ordinarily may fall to your distributor. So that's hopefully gives you a clearer idea of the pathway into Merlin membership. So I'll talk more now about what the benefits would look like for any rights holder coming into Merlin directly as a member. So I'll start with our deals. Merlin currently has around 40 partnerships in place with digital music services around the world, which includes the likes of Apple, Deezer, Spotify, YouTube, partners in the social space like Facebook and TikTok, Snap, Triller. We're confident our terms are the best available to independents in our deals, and we only strike deals with partners where we're confident we can provide that additional value. Our deals also help to remove bias of access, as some DSPs may not wish to license labels, distributors, aggregators individually. And we also help members to enter new markets via our deals as well and grow their digital business on an international scale. For example, we have very robust deals in place with the likes of Tencent and NetEase in China, Boomplay for the African market, Geo7 in India, Awa in Japan, and more recently Flow in Korea, for example. That was our first license we struck in that territory. So moreover, we work with members on a completely non-exclusive basis. So we don't interfere if select rights are committed elsewhere for certain DSPs. So members can choose which of our deals to participate in based on whatever their company priorities are, their rights availability, and their capacity to deliver. So we have certain members who join Merlin and participate in, let's say, 5 deals that are a priority to them. We have members who join us and participate in all 40. It completely depends, and it needs to be whatever is right for them and their business. We also afford members total transparency of our commercial terms that we struck with a DSP. So there's a whole process where before making any firm rights commitment to any of our deals, we allow that transparency and a full overview of the commercial terms we've agreed with that DSP, so the member has a better understanding of what that license entails and how they can squeeze the most value out of that deal that we have with that DSP. Merlin are structured like a not-for-profit as well. So we are completely free to join, and we only take a very small admin fee from the revenues that our members generate in our deals. As a standard, that sits at 3%, although that is immediately discounted if the member is also registered with their local music trade association, such as PLATFORMA. And also the likes of AIM in the UK, A2IM in the UK, in the US, Stomp in the Netherlands, VUT in Germany, etc. But that means we automatically half that admin fee to 1.5%. So again, a very, very small admin fee. Anecdotally, we tend to see our members' revenues under our deals increase by anywhere between 7 to 11% when they opt into one of our licenses. It can be higher than that, but that is the typical bracket by which we see member earnings jump compared to any third-party distribution deal or direct deal they may have been participating in prior to our deal. We also have dedicated reporting and finance teams who help our members to receive industry-leading usage reports. They help them access trends data via API integrations, and our accounts team collect revenues from DSPs and make timely payments to our members. Moreover, those respective teams are able to quickly identify any errors or inconsistencies in DSP reporting and payments, and ensure those are corrected and re-delivered in a timely fashion when that happens as well. On the marketing and promotion side of things, we do provide our members with access to a lot of marketing commitments within our deals that we've negotiated. So those can be opportunities that are exclusive to Merlin members, perhaps early access to a new tool or product that's in beta. We have Merlin member-specific tools for pitching. More frequently recently, we've been running webinars with our partners. So if perhaps a new tool or product is introduced, we will arrange a webinar with the DSP to run members through how that tool works, and again, how they can use that to promote their catalog on that platform. Additionally, our commercial partnerships team, who oversee the marketing side of things, they're on hand to provide that kind of white glove guidance and advice, or just in general support with best practice if the member isn't entirely clear how to go about promoting or marketing their catalog on that platform as well. We also have a dedicated member ops team who, if there are any delivery issues or issues with integrations or on a technical level, again, we can provide some hands-on support there. So all in all, I hope this has helped paint a picture of what Merlin do and how we help our members' music be valued properly in the marketplace, what the pathway to membership looks like, and how direct membership may not be the best solution for a very small or new business, for example, but the services Merlin member distributor can provide them with are invaluable. And then as that company scales but wishes to retain its independence, where Merlin steps in and can, as a direct member of Merlin, as a direct participant in our deals, provide the most value to you as an independent rights holder.